meeting about India's economic growth potential in an era of climate change. So, what are your thoughts in the afterglow of the meeting?
Well, basically, I thought the one point which all the speakers missed was that India is basically an agricultural country, whether we like it or not. The lady at the far end there did touch upon it that if we had people happier in the villages, then they wouldn't create slums in the urban areas. But I wish to go deeper than that. If Prime Minister Nehru, in his wisdom, had focused on agricultural growth instead of taking the Russian model of that the temples of India would be the three big steelworks, I think the course of this country would have been really different. Every economy, and I did economics, that's my background at Cambridge, is large countries which are geographically large and which have long coastlines prosper if their basic agricultural industry, their rural industry, is prosperous. I was in the Middle East for 8 or 9 years, in Doha. All our food came from Australia and New Zealand. Can you imagine? And not from India. India can feed the Middle East. It can be the breadbasket of the Middle East and North Africa. Indian farmers can be billionaires and richer than urban people. But no, we still think of farming as 2 acre, 3 acre, 4 acre plots, and we tend to forget. And there is I'm sorry if I can divert, but there's one organization which has proved that a type of farming is prosperous, and that is Amul. Amul has a turnover, if I remember, of maybe 18 to 20,000 crores. Compare that with Nestle's. I think it's twice that of Nestle's. And what does Amul do? It collects milk from small farmers, treats that milk, makes it into various products and sells milk. The same thing could have happened with agriculture. It would solve your water problem, your urbanization problem, rural health. A rich agricultural base, and this has been proved over and over again, is the basis of economic growth.
So,
the surplus.
in the context of what we discussed today, what are your thoughts on India's economic growth multiplied by, in an era of climate change? What are your thoughts about that? What do you think is the direction in keeping with what Nick had to say? What do you think? What do you have to say about that?
There was a lot of talk on urbanization and cities creating employment to drive growth. I take the reverse view.
Yeah, you mentioned.
Yes, I really take the reverse view that India's future lies in what I call smart farming, where technology now. You have technology now on
hydroponics and
no. There is, say for example, the abiotic stressing of seeds to grow in saline soils,
like in Israel.
Like in Israel. Smart farms. We have seen it with the efforts of the FES. We have worked with them in Udaipur. Smart farms. When we go back the next year, the farmers come to rush to touch your feet. They say our income has gone up by 20-30%. Why? No use of urea. We use a biodecomposter. They pour the biodecomposter onto the field, the stalk, the post-harvest stalk, which otherwise you would burn and create an environmental issue, wilts and it becomes cut. Now these are just one of the initiatives. Hundreds of initiatives.
So you're saying use the model that we have as an agricultural country and turn that into something.
Make agriculture the mainstay of India's exports.
Because that's who
You
we
can
are.
feed the Middle East where your prices which you will get, the value add that you get on the cost of growing crops and marketing crops in the Middle East is phenomenal. Because at the moment they're used to prices from Australia and New Zealand and China. So I think the future, when you say, the question which you asked, the future of India lies in a prosperous agricultural base. Farmers are not stupid. They're very clever. Once they know something works, they themselves will adapt. There is not enough knowledge
You're saying
capital.
we have to give them the resource, to make the farmer smart. In that sense.
To give them the same attention that is given by banks to big industry. Go out into the farms. And we have seen it through the FAS. We've seen it through the Israelis who have come here. The government of Israel would like India to grow crops specific for Israel.
Endemic.
The government of the UAE, for their food safety, wants India to grow crops specific for the UAE because they have no land, they have no water. Why don't we see agriculture as the most important industry? That's my answer.
Okay. Also, so scientifically says that in all of our papers, we say that we work at the tri-junction of biodiversity, economics, and climate change. What do you think about that trifecta, and how important
Perfect.
do you think it is?
It's perfect because, you can't have one without the other. And again, the smart farming is a symbol of exactly what you said.
It's about that trifecta.
It's about that. It's absolutely.
Thank you so much, Nawshir.
Thank you.